We're a company that deals in DPI, deep packet inspection, and in security for communication service providers. Our headquarters are just outside of Tel Aviv in Israel, but we serve service providers really globally in Europe, Latin America, Asia Pacific, North America, all over the world. And we have people spread all over the world to provide support for our customers.
Hello, and thanks for joining me at MWC 2018 here in Barcelona. My name is Moshe Elias. I'm a product director at Allot, and I'm going to talk to you today about our solution, IoT Secure. IoT Secure is our solution is a platform that enables CSPs, mobile operators, to deliver IoT security value-added services to their enterprise customers. The solution sits within the network, and what it does, it enables the enterprise to define policies that control who can access their IoT devices, what protocols can be used, and this reduces the attack surface. Secondly, we build a profile of all the devices, and then we can flag on anomalies. So if the connection rate has grown, if the bandwidth has grown, or if we see behavior that is typical of a bot, we can flag that as an anomaly. And of course, this can be remediated. Remediation is done through a smart quarantine function, which disconnects the device from the general network, but only allows access to maintenance service. All of this is accompanied by very rich IoT analytics that serves both the service provider and the enterprise to improve operational efficiencies, data plan protection, and fraud identification. What I'm going to demonstrate today is hacking of two webcams. One is protected and one is unprotected. On the iPad we can see the legitimate user. He sees the videos coming from his webcams. These could be video surveillance cameras in a store, in a street, or at home. We found an exploit in a video camera that enables us to steal the username and password. So we have here a machine that is connected to the internet and it's going to hack into the webcam. We found an exploit on the camera that enables us to retrieve the username password. I'm going to run the exploit, and within seconds it steals the username password from the camera. With IoT Secure, we would have first blocked the hacker as an unauthorized user and he couldn't hack the machine. Secondly, we would be able to identify that a second video stream has been created from the webcam, and we would have blocked that through anomaly detection, giving the enterprise user all the notifications to quarantine the device and find out what's gone wrong.
Allot for many years has been enabling communication service providers to get good visibility of their network, understand what applications are being used, how they're being used, who is using them, and then control those networks in real time. For example, if there's congestion, to how to handle congestion properly. If you want to differentiate between different types of applications, give preference perhaps to web browsing, allow that. And so our expertise has been to sit on the very, very thick pipes of the internet access of operators, hundreds of gigabits per second, and provide them good visibility of what's going on and how to control it. Today, when we go home, we are accessing the internet all the time, and we're doing that more and more. But on the other hand, unfortunately, the threats on the internet are growing. Attempts to steal our personal details, ransomware attacks, viruses, etc. And we, as individuals, as consumers, we are responsible for our own security. We have to decide, do we download an app, do we not download an app? How do we protect our kids' phones? What sites do we allow our kids to watch? How do we prevent them from watching sites we don't want them to watch? It's our own individual responsibility. And I think that is not a sustainable situation. At some point, the service providers, the Verizons, Telefonica, Vodafones of the world will step up and say, okay, we're going to offer you not just access to the internet, we're going to offer you secure access to the internet. And it will be for the benefit of the consumer, and it will also be for the benefit of the service provider, because they will be able to charge for it. And we as Allot are in the position to provide these service providers the technology and products that will enable them to do that. And that's really what we're focusing here in Barcelona and Mobile World Congress on. And that's why we're launching here our Allot Secure platform, which allows exactly that for the service providers, to allow the service providers to offer their customers security wherever they are, on whatever device they are, whatever they're doing. The first example on where we started, Vodafone adopted our technology to provide what Vodafone calls SecureNet solution, which secures internet access on mobile phones for their subscribers. Vodafone is charging €1 a month, and in markets that they've launched this service, like in Spain, Italy, and others, they're reaching upwards of 50% of the customers are signing up for this and paying for it in order to get this extra security. In the coming months, Telefonica is going to launch a similar service that protects consumers when they access either on their mobile phone or in their home or even in Wi-Fi networks. And they will charge extra for it, but we expect consumers to really like this because it's such a big need. And now as we're talking to multiple other service providers, and we're seeing this as a huge interest. It's a very unique combination between something that is very good and important for the community and something that is also generating new revenues for the operators. Just like when we secure our homes, yes, we lock our doors, but we also have alarm systems. Sometimes we sign up for security companies that patrol the area, so we have multiple layers of defense. The same thing applies for securing internet access. We have to protect in multiple layers. The initial and probably the most important part is protecting everybody from the network and enabling ourselves not to get infected by viruses, malware, and so on coming from the network. But we must protect the devices also when they are at home. And at home we have now multiple IoT devices. We have smart TVs, we have loudspeakers that access the internet. Our thermostat is connected to the internet. These devices can no longer be protected by putting an app on them. They're simply not built for that. We need to protect them from the internet. So the way we are solving that in Allot is we are developing technology using machine learning and artificial intelligence to enable us to create both rules for what are the IoT devices allowed or not allowed to do. And then we also look at the devices and learn their behavior and see what is a normal behavior for them. So for example, if your webcam is sending picture of your kids to your mobile phone, that's probably a normal behavior. If it's streaming a video of your kids to a site in some faraway country, that's probably not normal behavior, and therefore we need to identify that and stop it. And then warn you that something like that has been happening and you have been compromised in your web camera. To do that, we're developing software that sits in the core network, and we're also developing security software that sits in the home router inside your home that we can download remotely into your home routers to enable that kind of protection. The users of Telefonica and Vodafone are not familiar with Allot. They're people who are buying Telefonica and Vodafone services, but they are going to get protection from Vodafone and Telefonica, and they are going not only to get the protection, we are going to help show them how they are protected. We have what we call customer engagement tools that, for example, if you are a Vodafone customer, you will receive once every week, you will receive a report to your phone telling you that you personally have been protected over the last few weeks from 5 malware attacks, 2 phishing attempts, and so on, so that you not only know that you're protected and you're paying for it, you actually see on a continuous basis the value of what it is that we're doing for you. Same thing with your kids. You get to decide what happens with your kids' phones, and you can decide that they will not be given access to violent sites, adult content sites, things of that nature, and they will not be able to access them. You may decide, if you are brave enough as a parent, that you want quiet time for the kids and that they cannot access social networks during dinner time, and that they will actually talk to you during dinner time. You have to be brave to do that, but it's technically possible and some of us do. I believe that within a few years, we as consumers will no longer be willing to have just plain internet access, but we will demand and receive secured internet access. And I believe that the service providers will be the one doing that. I think it will benefit consumers tremendously. This is a new business line. It's a necessity for the service providers to provide this to customers. And I believe that in a few years, everybody will be doing it. And I fully expect that Allot will be the leading company providing the enabling technology for this.